All right. Positive energy all the time. Hope y'all doing good. Good to see you, Loretta. This is just a small public announcement. And especially for Illinois residents, Cook County, and primarily Chicago land area. Also, my brother, Uncle Mike, is having some serious health issues. And so that's not looking too well, as you can read. He had a few strokes. Some heart attacks. Says he's battling to stay alive. He's undergoing left side coronary angiogram. He's already got a bag because he doesn't have he already got a waist bag because his stomach has been taken out. As two of my friends got bags. You know what I mean? Two of my friends got bags. Everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy because I was plant-based. Not so crazy now. Look at that hairline. Not so crazy now, huh? So we're going to get into it. Make sure you go and follow me. Subscribe to Vegan Intel. You say chemtrails. People eating chemtrails at the restaurant. That'd be crazy if we see people talking about chemtrails and they got poison all in the refrigerator in their cabinet. Got poison right in your cabinet. Good to hear you. I'm plant-based. Okay, Shelly, do your thing. Get that money. Sound good? So, yeah, this is going to be quick and fast. There's mosquito problems going on heavy here in Illinois, Cook County area. What or who started me to get serious about where eight? Oh, that was way back in 1978 when I went to see Dick Gregory. After work, I used to work the night shift, get off work. My boy, he was going to Circle Campus. That's the one I went to Hawaii with. We was young, straight out of high school. I worked the night shift. When I would get off at 7 in the morning, sometimes I would go up to the college, hang out because 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning is like 5 o'clock. If you worked a day shift. So if you worked a night shift, 7:30 in the morning is like getting off work at 5. So you're not gonna go to sleep. You're not gonna really go to sleep till about 2 or 3 in the evening, so you can get up at 10 and go to work. So I would go hang up at the college, and Dick Gregory came up there doing the lectures, and that really kind of put something in my mind. And then a friend I was going to music school with, I ended up bumping into him, and he was a vegetarian. And so with Dick Gregory and the person I went to music school with, who ended up being what I call my guru, and me working at the book factory, I'm seeing different books. Make your juicer, your pharmacies, and all that. And it just made sense. It made sense to me. It's something. It's something. You know what I mean? Did they spray the trees here in Cook County? Well, no, they're spraying, but the problem is climate change. Climate change is the problem. So with climate change, uh, people tampering with the weather, all these airplanes, all these rockets, all this nonsense. We're not natural. So with climate change, it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse because it's warm too long. We don't have a winter to kill them anymore. So they're gonna live all year because all we have is fall. We don't have winter anymore. We don't have winter in Chicago anymore. We just have fall. No snow. It don't really get below. It don't really get like 10 below and 15 below like it used to. You'd be lucky if it get 20 degrees. You'd be lucky if it get 20 degrees. I mean, it get a little chilly, but it don't. It's not. I'm born here in 1958. We don't have winter. I bought a shovel in my car 3 years ago. I haven't used it since. As a matter of fact, the year I bought it, well, maybe, yeah, it might be 3 years now. The year I bought it, I didn't use it that year, but I bought it because it snowed the year before. So that next year when the fall came, I bought a little shovel to put in my car. I haven't used it once, not one time. Climate change is real. The deer, the deer are moving further and further. The ticks are further and further, covering more area. I mean, you don't have all that water if you got winter. You got snow. So that's why you got the water, Pharaoh. The only reason there's all this water because there's no snow. You're supposed to get a lot of snow, and then the snow can't cause a flood. The snow going to melt slowly. That prevents flooding. Mother Nature know what it's doing. Think about it. Pile up a bunch of snow. That would be water running everywhere, but it's snow, so it sits there. And then it comes at a pace where the earth can deal with it. Think about it. Snow is a way to save water right on the earth and let it melt slowly so you won't have no flood. You don't have cold weather. All that snow is water. But the people are unnatural, the businesses are unnatural, the environment's unnatural. So it's gonna get worse. And so the ticks are everywhere, spreading. Animals are moving into territory they used to not be in. And the mosquitoes are worse than ever. The gnats are worse than ever. The birds are dying by the millions. The bees are dying by the millions. And every time one species dies, the other species overpopulates because they don't have a predator to eat some of them. I mean, anybody can see where this is headed. You know where it's headed. Anytime people changing their sex, you know what's happening. Because people don't even want to be what they're born as no more. So if people don't want to be what they're born as, they believe they could change the earth. They believe they could just do whatever they want to their bodies, to the earth. We can cut these trees down. These trees are no good. And so these mosquitoes is out here like it's June. Mosquitoes and tick remain a big concern in Chicago with hot, wet summer. Summer may be winding down, but with the hot, wet weather, the Chicago area has been having pests like mosquitoes and tick remain a big concern. But there are efforts underway to warn them off. On an August evening in Chicago, you're likely to hear lots of cicadas. The 17-year cicada that emerged in spring won't be back until 2041. But the scissors grinding cicadas come every year and can get a bit noisy between July and early October. But cicadas are harmless. Mosquitoes are not. In Palmer Square Park in Logan Square on Thursday, Reagan Wright and Marissa Orlove were sitting cross-legged in the grass hearing the buzz of those cicadas but complaining about the skeeters. Mosquitoes are definitely not really fun this summer. I guess you could say it right. They are ever, here. They're always here. On Thursday night, mosquito abatement trucks were set to spray the Avondale and Logan Square neighborhoods throughout the night in hopes of cutting down on the pest. Right now, the Cook County Department of Public Health says the risk of humans getting the West Nile virus from mosquitoes is high. So high, in fact, that nearly every city, village, and town in Cook County has detected the virus. The department said close to 60% of samples are testing positive for West Nile. The rate at which mosquitoes are testing positive right now, at least in Cook County, is higher at this time of the year than we were last year or 2 years prior to that. See? Told you it's not normal. Said epidemiologist Dr. Katrin Wallace of the University of Illinois Chicago School of Public Health. So far in Illinois, 3 people have contracted West Nile this year. Doctors say symptoms don't always show until 2 weeks after the bite. So these numbers could bump up even more in the coming weeks. Most cases that we will have will be unreported because most people will have either no symptoms or very mild symptoms, Wallace said. The number of people needing emergency care for tick bites has also reached its highest level in 8 years. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention show a rise in Lyme disease, and ticks are popping up in a lot of areas where people are not familiar with their risk. Dr. Wallace said there is a common denominator for the increase in ticks and mosquitoes. We're seeing an increase in mosquito activity year over year anyway because of changing temperatures in North America, said Wallace. Doctors are urging people to protect themselves by applying bug repellent with deep draining standing water around their homes, repairing torn window screens, and limited time outdoors at dawn and dusk. They know what it is. Everybody with any sense knows what it is. People would have to change everything they do. They don't want to do that. They want to have fun. They want to have fun at no matter what cost. Yeah, it's like the Gulf Coast. Yeah, we don't have big giant. Used to have every. We hardly never seen coyotes down here. Now it's coyotes down here. You say they about to make us sick. Yeah, we really making ourselves sick. Of course, Mr. Nice One, they'll blame it on the government, but the people aren't aware. We live in a world people don't know much. It's we live in a world where you go to work and play, go to work, play, eat, go to work, eat, play, go to work, eat, play, go to work, eat. That's it. So nobody knows too much. Nothing is serious. So nothing is serious like that. And so it's going to get warmer and warmer, longer and longer. It's going to be more floods. It's going to be more hurricanes. It's going to be more tornadoes. It'll have to get so bad that people wake up and 3/4 of the country is underwater or something. They go, "Oh my God, we got to do." It's basically. But anybody looking now see it already. I mean, over the last especially last 5 years, bed bugs is going crazy. All these bed bugs. It's because of the weather. If they can live outside, then they can spread everywhere. Because bed bugs have increased crazy. Lice. Lice have been growing like crazy too. Head lice wasn't as bad as it is now. Bed bugs wasn't like it is now. Bed bugs is everywhere. 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 And they come from all that stuff come from warm climates. Like lice come from warm climates, bed bugs, ticks, mosquitoes, all those are warm climate creatures. If you have 4 seasons, and then you will not have them. You won't have them. You'll have them in warm places, but they won't spread all over the country if you got 4 seasons. No, we don't have 4 seasons no more. I think when I tell people it didn't snow in Chicago, I don't think they understand what that means. Because it snows in Chicago around Christmas, and you don't see the ground again until March. Well, we've been seeing the ground for 3, 4, 5 years now, all year round. No snow. No snow. I'll go in a business or something, and it'll be like December or January, and it'll be like 60 degrees. And people be like, I just love this weather, it's beautiful weather. I just be looking at them crazy because I'm the only one that don't like it. I don't like 60 degrees in December, January. You got to give up something to get something. That's not good. Like, they think it's great. Oh man, this weather's beautiful. I said, boy, this weather is horrible. It's 60 degrees. It's winter. You think that's a good sign? That's a bad. So it's just like living. If you want to, it's like living in a bad movie where everybody's a robot. All you got to do is change the way you eat and become aware of how bad the food is. And once you become aware of how bad this food is, and then you see everybody eating it, you already know what the deal is. They're gone. They're gone like zombies. You used to be looking at them. They be eating artificial flavors and colors and stuff like it ain't nothing. They don't even know it's trash. They think it's. So once you wake up that stuff is trash, and then you see the masses doing it, that's when you realize where you at. When you see the alcoholism, the drug abuse, the food, and you see them, you go, whoa! I'm in a bad. It's like you in a bad movie. You just have to keep your mouth shut and just kind of stay off to yourself. You can't really say nothing because you're surrounded by them. It's almost like the dawn of the dead. So you just don't say nothing. You know? And when you get my age, oh my God, everybody's dead or sick. The ones that ain't, they got one foot in the grave. It's just crazy. You should see them. They think they all right too. You be like, what the hell? You look at him like, whoa, wow. You know, go by there and the auntie or the mama cooking arm just a jiggling and it's, you know, looking and she's way overweight and every time I go to the bathroom, I always open people's medicine cabinet. You should see it. I always do that. I gotta know who I'm around. I go use your bathroom, I open your medicine cabinet. See how much poisons you taking. Cause ain't nothing gonna be in there but poison. Whole bunch of pills. It'd be crazy. It'd be sick as hell. That's I don't shame. I don't say nothing to nobody. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. I don't say anything at all to anybody about how to eat and take care of themselves. Not a word. Not to nobody. Not to my children. Not to none of my relatives. Nobody. I don't say anything. Now, if they bring up they're not feeling well, I might say something. But other than that, I don't say nothing. it's self care. That's it. Take care of myself, mind my business. That's your coffee. You gotta get in. I ain't gotta get in there with you. Don't say nothing. Matter of fact, I don't be around too much to say nothing. I don't really hang out. I don't go. I don't hardly go nowhere too much. Where all y'all shit sucks. All the stuff y'all do is trash. It's not nothing positive, nothing progressive, and everything is just making everybody sick. Like the main thing with the functions in America is make people sick. They don't even know that. Like your function is actually killing. You know what I'm saying? It's like destroying everybody. Like because there don't be nothing there healthy. And they live on a short timeline like that. So, you know, from this year to next year, they can't see nothing. But when you're like me and you watch, you see 10 years, period. And you should see how they change in 10 years. Can't say nothing. I just watch them, and next thing I know, be like, he been around me, he know, but he still wanted to do what he wanted to do. And even though he got a shit bag, he was still putting shit in the shit bag. You know what I mean? And now he says he's spooked. Uh, it's about over with. He'll be checking out. Too much wrong with him. Even after he got a shit bag, he was still eating bullshit. He tried a little bit, but once you're stuck in your ways and you get sick, that ain't the time to be trying to clean up. You have to do that already because if you get sick, you got to go cold turkey. Now some people do and they bounce back. I just don't hang out because I don't find I don't find the stuff fun or entertaining. If I go somewhere, I like to go somewhere impersonal. I like to go to personal events. So, I'll take a woman to the movies where it's just me and her, like that kind of stuff. But personal events with people we would know, nah, they ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't just caca and kiki, just a caca and kiki. What are we doing? I mean, I understand it. You got to go to work. You kind of like a slave. So you're looking for a break before you go back to the plantation, that kind of vibe. So I understand psychologically, I do. But it seems to me you would recognize that, and on that free time, you would do something to escape slavery. I mean, if they was using the time for something positive, yeah, I wouldn't mind. But that's like a whole nother planet. This planet has to be destroyed. It cannot be fixed. Everything these people got, it all has to be taken away from them through natural disasters. You got to lose everything you got because you can't start it over again. So nature got to do it. You're not gonna throw all them raggedy cars, all the polluted cars, and all these polluted planes, and your world of pollution. You ain't gonna throw it away, but it got to go. You ain't gonna throw this stuff away, but it got to go. How much plastic can you? You know what I'm saying? How much plastic can you keep making? How much plastic can you live in? How much plastic and toxic stuff can you really think you can live in all that plastic and toxic stuff you live in? Wouldn't man be dumb to try to build the same thing that was destroyed? Well, um, the ones that's alive can eventually do it. It would take a long time. It would take a long time, but they could possibly, after generations, go make the same jump. But no time soon. It take a long time because the survivors ain't gonna want this no more. Nobody's gonna want this again when they see the results of this. For example, people that come over here and they say all kind of stuff. But a lot of times when we see them tornadoes and stuff, and people them be the same people over here talking crazy. They don't be talking crazy then. See what I'm saying? They be talking crazy. Ah, kaka kiki, boom, tornado come, hurricane come. They be quiet again for a minute. That cancer hit them, diabetes. They be quiet. They be quiet. So with this weather getting warmer and warmer like that, we're gonna have to be always spraying stuff. Because eventually, man, if we don't start having regular winters, which we're not, by next year, the year after, the mosquitoes gonna be ridiculous. You don't see no dragonflies, and that's what eat them. You don't see no dragonflies. So they don't have a predator. So it's just going to be trillions and trillions of mosquitoes. And then with standing water and sewage in certain places, these mosquitoes are going to be deadly. They're going to have something worse than West Nile. Like that mosquito they had down in South Central America. Remember, it made the babies' heads real big or something like that. Y'all remember that? Because you be dealing with a lot of clowns and they be young and they be, ha, clown, ah. A lot of clowns. Everything is funny. Everything is, ah. You go on social media, look at all the stupid trolls. Just think about it. You got people that waste their time with no positive information, not just trolling, saying dumb stuff. Now, you think you got a society can survive with a bunch of people like that? You know, all you got to do is look at the president. I'll tell you everything right there. That's the leader. That's all you got to do. Just look at dude. They think he great, too. What's going on? Yeah, yeah, Andrew. They don't. We don't have no dragonflies. They got no predator. It's getting warmer and warmer and warmer. When the snow come, what used to happen? The snow used to hit Chicago. Boom. Then it would hit Buffalo. Just like that. We would get a big snow. Buffalo would get a bigger snow. Now Buffalo still getting snow, and we ain't getting none. See, that's not normal. And I was born in 1958. I was born in February. We getting no snow. And they ain't even telling, like I looked it up, it's talking about 2024. Man, we ain't been getting no snow, period. They talking about 2024. Crazy. Look, Chicago see the least snow in 88 years. But see, they not telling the whole story. Because, yeah, sometime it cannot snow, but it ain't been snowing, period. For years. It's not, we haven't had a Chicago winter in years. We ain't have a regular Chicago winter in the 90s, 2000, 2010s, or now. We have not had a Chicago winter, a regular winter. But it's a young group of people, so they don't know. So if they see some snow stay on the ground about a week or two, they think so. But no, we haven't had no winter. That's why we got like where you can't park. They got signs, and the reason they got parking zones where you can't park, they got no parking on the street right when winter get ready to come. Because when back in the '60s and the '70s, when the big snow would come, it would cover all the cars on both sides of the street, and then they got to come plow, and then they plow the snow up on the car. And the thing about snow is this: that when it snows, as long as it's like 32, 30, 31, 30, cool, you can move it. But if the temperature dropped to like 15, the snow turned to solid ice. So now you used to go down the street and there'd be a bunch of cars all the way down in a big ice. I can't explain it to you. Like imagine 20 cars in ice. No, they're not controlling the weather. They ain't controlling the weather. You see what he's saying? See, that's why I say people is lost. See what I'm saying? The people lost. The people want to say the people believe in the system so much that they don't believe the system is messed up. They believe the people is messing it up on purpose. This is how bad it is. Everything happened. They don't believe nature is messed up at all. They believe that the system does everything. They don't believe in nature. They don't believe that nature's messed up. They say they control the weather, but anybody could see that you're ruining the planet. So if you believe that they control the weather, that means you don't believe that you're helping ruining it. That means you don't believe all the emissions from these cars and all these airplanes and all this stuff is doing. You believe that it would still be fine. That's how much they believe in the system. That when everything gets messed up, they say it's the system. The system do everything. The system is God. They control the weather. They believe that too. They believe these people control the weather. They believe these people making all these hurricanes, all these tornadoes that just came through so far this year, that tore up all them people's house. They believe that somebody made that happen. It's the most ridiculous. See what I'm saying? That's what they believe. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in the ecosystem. They don't believe in the environment or nothing. And they definitely don't believe that all this junk they got is fucking everything up. They don't believe that. They believe somebody's intentionally doing it. And they believe you could put a billion cars out here and a billion airplanes in it, and everything will be fine. They believe that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, what could you do with a bunch of people like that? And what do you think is like hanging out with them? It's like You know what I'm saying? Imagine hanging out with that group. They just be sitting around. Kaka kiki, kiki. They don't believe nothing is wrong. They believe while they kaka kiki, somebody's making a big old weather machine that can push a button and make the mosquitoes be out a lot and make it don't snow. They believe that somebody would actually make a machine so it don't snow. Now think about that. Just let that sink in. It's like, you know what I'm saying? They believe that shit. They believe that the people that run this planet is God. That's their God. They can make it rain. They believe that. They don't believe that this is the reason the weather's messed up. They would never believe that. They believe that you can put all this shit in the sky all day, every day, and nothing happen. It'd have to be Wizard of Oz what make the weather. This don't affect the weather. Somebody's intentionally affecting the weather. Not this. So the reason they say somebody control the weather to not take responsibility in their part in destroying the weather. That you don't want to face that them vacations and all that flying you doing, you adding to it. And they don't want to say that. They say no, somebody else is destroying the weather, not me, not me. I don't got nothing to do with it. All this stuff I use, this stuff gonna work. All these cards and stuff we got, it's gonna work. It's not this stuff we got. Yeah, it's not this stuff we got. They doing it. They controlling. It's the weirdest shit ever. They be like, they set Canada on fire. they believe they believe that they made that the system set this fire. It's ridiculous. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. They don't believe. They don't believe. Yeah, I seen all that trash. If you look at this picture, some people don't know what they're looking at. This is the fires in Canada, but people don't understand how amazing this fire is. Now these are huge trees. Now look at the bottom of the smoke and look at the trees. You see how small the trees look? Now look at the smoke. Look at the smoke compared to the trees. And then you might understand what I'm saying. And even though they got signs, They don't see the signs. They just keep doing the same stuff. Destroying the environment. Remember, this what New York looked like from this fire in Canada, and it had New York looking like that. They still living the same. They ain't changed their evil ways none. They haven't changed their evil ways not one bit. They still doing the same evil stuff. They won't change. And they've been getting signs. They won't change. This was the sign right here. If that ain't, if this, if you know, if the smoke from Canada got the Statue of Liberty looking like this is a sign. See, it's like biblical. They don't see it. They don't see it. It's crazy. You're around a bunch of crazy people. You know, the sad thing is the people don't know no better. So, you know, it's sad that they've been so brainwashed and they the ones got to suffer. You know, it's sad, to be honest with you. It ain't really. It's sad because the people don't have no idea what these people is doing. You know what I mean? They just gonna be victims of these people's stuff. So that's why they be like, they control the weather because they don't know that, no, this is what they doing. They messing the weather up. This is what they doing. They ain't controlling nothing. They ass is out of control, to be honest with you. What fool think that you could burn all these trees down and these trees was here? And you like, man, we don't need these trees. You know what I'm saying? This is how stupid they is. Man, these trees on this earth growing all these trees didn't have to be here on this earth. These trees didn't have to be here. What fool got all these trees that we could burn these down? We don't need these. What we need all these trees for? You know, that's how stupid they are. And then when they do something over here, it makes something happen over there. So they don't know. They think, oh, they controlling the weather. No, they not controlling the weather. They making the weather get out of control. That's what they doing. And so, man, we gonna have so many ticks and fleas, and man, we gonna have so many. Man, just give it a couple years. It's gonna be a grizzly bear in Chicago. They were like, man, they seen a grizzly bear. Watch. They be like, it's a grizzly bear. Hey, when I was driving Uber. I was up on the north side, right? I turned and went, this Lakeshore Drive over here, and I seen a big ass coyote, one of them big ones, not the little one. I knew he was a coyote because he was real skinny like, but he was big. He was big, and he was running across over to where Lincoln Park Zoo is, probably trying to go in there and see if he could catch, it's animals. He could probably smell animals over there, right? So the next day, I picked up an Asian lady, and when I was going in the same thing, I told her I seen the big old coyote over. She said, "Yeah, he be over here. He be." She said a lot of times the coyotes will come and they'll go on the boats where they don't put their trash away, trash in the can, and they be over at the zoo trying to figure out how they could get the animals. But she said, but it'd be little ones, but she said it's a big one that people been seeing. She said her neighbors seen it. About a week later, I'm in the same area. This is up in Lincoln by Lincoln Park Zoo. I get off Lakeshore Drive. The first time I seen him, I'm going this way. I turned that way and I seen him run across that way. This time when I got up there, before I got to the street to turn, that mug was right across the front of my car. I seen him good. That he was huge. He was one of them big coyotes, not them little ones. He was huge. And we're gonna see more and more and more and more, all type of stuff. The stuff gonna be living where it don't live. So that's what they saying it's getting warmer. So they saying the ticks is coming down, getting on the deer that they used to didn't get on. Certain deers didn't get ticks, but now the ticks are spreading like crazy. Okay, the ticks, the ticks are spreading like crazy, for real. Hey, look, the ticks are spreading like crazy. The bed bugs, man, all that stuff is getting out of hand. The lice, look, Aaron Mordicai, a researcher at Stanford University studying infectious diseases, said knowing a mosquito life cycle is crucial to understand the effect of climate change has on the disease they spread. Mosquito eggs hatch and stand in water where the larvae grow into adults. Record rainfall and temperatures in recent years have meant ample places for mosquitoes to lay eggs and a shorter growth period, said University of Wisconsin-Madison entomologist Lyric Bartholomew. Those wetter and warmer conditions create a better environment for carriers of diseases like dengue, fever, and even malaria. See, watch. We're going to have the doggone dengue fever here, and we're going to have malaria. You watch what I'm telling you. Give it a couple years. Watch. Since West Nile virus was first reported in the U.S. in 1999, its season for transmission, typically in the summer and fall, has grown about 25 days. It's lasting 25 days longer. Mordecai said the disease is being found in greater numbers of mosquitoes and, by extension, more cases in humans. In July, mosquitoes found in all 7 counties of the Twin Cities metro area tested positive for the disease. Land use and ticks. Ticks now have a longer season to thrive. But Jean Tasso, or Sal, a researcher at Michigan State University studying the bacterium that causes Lyme disease, said there are other factors at play. Certainly, land use, and wild communities play a large role in where these ticks can be, and that's affected by humans. As humans build new developments on forest land, the kinds of animals that live in those forests change, which in turn affect the species of tick that feed in those forests. As a result, a number of tick species expanded their range. The Lone Star tick, which was initially found in the south, has moved into the southern edge of Minnesota. So this is from down in Texas, the Lone Star tick. It's way up on southern Minnesota. That's because it's getting warmer. They call them two deer or black-legged ticks crawl around in a glass. How bad can it just because diseases like Lyme disease and West Nile virus are ubiquitous doesn't mean doesn't make them any less serious. The researchers said 2025 is looking like a big year for West Nile virus cases. The disease is spread through mosquito bites and can involve fever, aches, and vomiting. Dengue fever also has been on the rise in recent years, Mordaki said, with some local transmission in places like Hawaii and Florida. So caution when traveling is advised. Also called breakbone fever. Dengue can lead to nausea, vomiting, and severe aches and pains. Disease specialists saw a large rise in dengue cases in 2023, around 5 million in the U.S., and even more in 2024, around 10 million. See what I'm saying? Man. And then check this out. A lot of people don't know this. Do you know tick bites that give you meat allergies? So you can't eat meat? Yes, some tick bites could lead to a meat allergy called alpha gal syndrome. This allergy is triggered by a sugar molecule called alpha gal, which is injected by certain ticks, like the Lone Star tick in Minnesota, into a person's bloodstream. The body then develops an immune response, creating antibodies against alpha gal. When a person with these antibodies eats mammalian meat, like beef, pork, or lamb, their immune system can react, causing symptoms ranging from mild to severe, including gastrointestinal issues, hives, or even anaphylaxis. Because I watched a special and the dude say he can't eat meat. It almost killed him because he got bit by a tick. What the heck is this? Okay, anaphylaxis is severe, potentially life-threatening allergic reaction that can occur rapidly. It involves a certain release of chemicals from the immune system that can affect multiple organ systems, leading to a range of symptoms. Prompt recognition and treatment, including the use of epinephrine, are crucial for managing. See? Now, come on now. How a tick went from Texas to southern Minnesota. See what I'm saying? And watch this winter. Watch. Hurricane season gonna come. We ain't gonna get no snow in Chicago. I ain't had to wear boots since the first year I got this office. It snowed. When I started the body sculpture challenge, it snowed that year because I shoveled snow as for the body sculpture challenge. But it only snowed once though. That's not normal in Chicago. It snowed once and I had to dig my crowd. That's not normal. In Chicago, it snowed around Christmas and then January snow. And once it snow, you don't see the grass no more in Chicago. You ain't gonna see the grass until like March. You're not gonna see the grass. Every time that snow finally melt down, it's gonna snow on top of it. And it's gonna be that soft snow you can throw snowballs or that real hard snow because it's too cold. You can't throw no snowballs, you can't play in that stuff. And we never would see no grass. January, February, you ain't gonna see no grass. You're not gonna see the ground except the sidewalk to shovel. Now, man, I've been seeing the grass for years. Even when we had that big snow, that was when my ex got stuck. She made it, but all them cars got stuck on Lakeshore Drive. Even that year with the big snow, that was the only snow. It didn't snow no more. We haven't had regular Chicago snow since, I would say, somewhere in the 80s, like late 80s, maybe early, maybe early 90s a little bit. But ever since I've been back from California, we ain't had them serious winters, but it did get cold. I had to wear mink coats and boots and stuff, so it did. But it don't even get, man, it'd be 50 degrees, it'd be 60 degrees, man. December and January, it's supposed to be below zero. When I left Chicago, it would get 27 below with a wind chill factor, 15 below. Man, we don't get that no more. We don't get that. We don't get that. It's going to be bad. And Lake Michigan look like an ocean. They ain't saying nothing. I'm born and raised here. I know what Lake Michigan look like. Man, them waves, that ain't no lake waves. Them waves is like baby ocean waves. It's a lot of water in that goddamn lake. It ain't, look, it's a lot of water in Lake Michigan. More water than supposed to be. That lake do not be having that much water in it. It's just a matter of time that lake gonna run over. The whole downtown gonna be underwater. Watch. Man, it's gonna be 2 to 4 feet of water downtown Chicago. You watch. Remember, I told you first. That whole downtown gonna be in 2 to 4 feet of water for a while. They ain't gonna know what to do. Where you going? That's the lake. The whole lake gonna come up in the city. You can't pump the lake out. A levee, Lake Michigan like an ocean, bro. Lake Michigan is like an ocean. It ain't like no pond. It ain't nowhere you can put that water. A levee ain't gonna do nothing. That's why Chicago's one of the greatest cities in the world, because it's an ocean. It's really an ocean. So small ocean. You can't see on the other side. It's just water. For real, Mr. Nice One, it's just water. Huh. You can't see on the other side. It's an ocean. It looked the same like when I'm in Hawaii looking out, when I was in LA looking out the ocean. When I'm downtown Chicago, I'm on Lake Michigan. It's the same. It ain't like them little lakes where, them little lakes you can see. You can't see nothing but water. We took a boat to Michigan to go to Mackinac Island. It's an island where all you could do is ride bikes. We was teenagers and we was in a club and they took us. And we got on the boat that evening. We didn't get to Michigan till the next morning. We was out on the lake all night. So you talking like what, 12 hours, 12, 14 hours on the lake? Real talk, that's how far it is. It's like going on a boat cruise. People started getting seasick. They had to chew gum. I remember our parents gave us gum, say chew this so you won't get seasick. How you gonna get seasick on the lake? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a sea. It ain't really no lake. Only reason they call it a lake because it got fresh water. If it had salt water, that would be Michigan Sea. I kid you not, it's huge. That's why Chicago's so beautiful, because you can go on the lake from all the way on the south side, all the way to the north side is a park district. The whole Chicago, east of Chicago, the whole east side is the park. Yes, the whole east side of Chicago up against the lake is a park, free to the public. No other city got that. That's why we're a world class city. Just imagine that. The whole Chicago is a park district. It's the park district. Down the whole lake. You could just ride bikes and volleyball and barbecue or whatever. And you can't put no businesses. It's Lakeshore Drive, and then here's the lake, and then you can put businesses on this side. But they made it illegal. You can't put no businesses on the beach. It belongs to the citizens. It don't belong to private industry. That's why Chicago's popping. The lake belong to us. You can't put no Holiday Inn or nothing. They got to be on the other side of Lakeshore Drive. It could be over there, but they cannot be on the lake. And so imagine if it keep getting too warm. All that water gonna be in that damn lake. That water gonna go higher and get higher and higher. So that's what it is. I just want to warn the citizens of Cook County, Illinois, and Chicago, all the suburban areas. Be careful. They're advising you don't be out at night unless you put some repellent on, so you don't get bit up by the mosquitoes with the West now. And then I would tell you, be careful because they spray for mosquitoes and you don't know what that stuff is. So they all over the community at night spraying. Like when I was in LA when they were spraying, when I lived in LA. And that spray, you know how that is. What is that stuff? Can you breathe the spray? The stuff they spraying to kill the mosquitoes, is that stuff safe? Because we used to have to put covers on our car because they said it mess your paint up. Wait a minute. If it mess my paint up, what it's going to do to my lungs? So it's serious, y'all. It's serious. And these are just the first two creatures that's going to be taken off. Like I say, bed bugs is going crazy. We looking at plagues and pestilence. I'm telling y'all. But protect yourself. Don't get bit by no mosquitoes. Don't get bit by no mosquitoes. Get you some natural repellent. They don't uh, ticks, fleas, all that. They don't like mint. They don't like no mint. None. They don't like peppermint, spearmint, none of that. They don't like it. Now, pennyroyal oil is a mint, but it's real strong. But that's for bed bugs. But a woman can't be pregnant around that pennyroyal. It might make her have a miscarriage. That's how strong it is. But pennyroyal oil is good to spray around your beds. If you're nobody pregnant, get you some pennyroyal oil and put 2 drops in like a spray bottle full of water. And when you finna go out, right, and hang out with the family for a few hours, spray around the beds, spray on the couches. And then you ain't got to worry about no bed bugs. You ain't got to worry about no lice. Because lice is everywhere too. And watch where you sit down. Because people be having bed bugs on them and they'll go out in public and the bed bugs will still be on them. And then they'll sit down, the bed bug will crawl off of them, and then you sit down, it'll crawl on you. So as you see these type of creatures, when you hear in the news they're growing more and more, you're going to have to start getting some mint. You're gonna have to get mint, and you got to be spraying your area with mint. Facts. All right, so y'all stay positive. That's what it is. It's a shame, but these people, they don't take care of the planet. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't take care of the planet ain't gonna take care of you. Victory.